Very good morning, children. We are dealing with Jalebi's lesson. We have completed two parts. In the first part, we came to know that there was a boy who took 4 rupees to school to pay the fees, and that boy was nothing but Ahmad Nadeem Kasi only when he was young. Maybe he was writing his personal experiences. Uh, when he went to school to pay the school fees, he came to know that his teacher was on leave that day, so the fees will be collected the next day. So as he was coming home, he was really got tempted to buy the jalebis, and he felt that the coins were talking to him to buy the jalebis and eat, and he uh, replied to the coins telling that he was a good boy and he cannot do that. So finally he got tempted and he went home, and after having his lunch he came back and he bought many jalebis and for 1 rupee, and then he ate some jalebis, and then afterwards he distributed all the jalebis to the members in that colony. Okay, now he felt very happy after distributing that, and then next day he went to school, and then he came to know that the teacher was present and he had to pay the fees, and as he has decided that he would pay the money, the school fees, with his scholarship, and when he went to school he came to know that the scholarship would be given the next month, so he could not pay the fees. So let us see what he did. Okay, uh, what are we going to read in this third chapter is given in the 3 bullets. Remorseful and scared, he prays to God for monetary help. He makes matters look normal, but prays harder than ever. The inevitable happens, though somewhere along the way he notices the divide between the fanciful and the factual. Okay, let us see what we are going to learn and what that boy did to pay the fees. Okay, there was a shade giving tree beside the railway tracks. So he went to the railway station, and he parents told him not to cross that railway track, and he was sitting under the tree. So he was telling at that time that the parents told that elders told that not even to pay the school fees money to buy something else, but he forgot and he bought jalebis, and that's the problem now. So now I sat under it and wondered whether there could possibly be a more unfortunate child than me in this world. When the coins had first created a racket in my pocket, the entire matter seemed so simple and straightforward. So he was telling that there won't be any other unlucky fellow, unfortunate child like me, because when the coins were talking, the entire matter looked so simple. What was that? Today you buy jalebis with this money, and tomorrow anyway you are going to get your scholarship, and with that scholarship you pay off your school fees. Over, hissa katam and paisa hazam. That's what the coins told him, right? So now he just recollected everything and he told that the matter looked to be very simple, but actually it was not that simple for him now. Eat jalebis with the fees money and then pay the fees with the scholarship money. I thought that 2 and 2 added up and 4 and could never be 5. How was I to know that that sometimes it added up to 5 as well? Had I known that I would get the scholarship the next month, I would have postponed my jalebi eating program to the next month as well. Now, for the crime of eating a few jalebis, for the first time in my life, I was absent from school and crouching in the shade of a tree in a deserted corner of the railway station, sitting there under a tree. At first, I felt like crying. Then I felt like laughing when it struck me that the tears I was shedding were not tears but drops of jalebi syrup. So he went there and he started recollecting all the incident. It looked so simple when he was telling that you eat the jalebis now, then the scholarship money you pay the school fees. 2 plus 2 4, but he never know that it may be even 5 also. Now he was really in a big problem because the scholarship money would be getting the next month. So if he had known that, he would have postponed eating jalebis even next month without eating that time now. So now the crime of eating jalebis is over. For the first time in life, he was absent to school. He did not go to school. Sitting under the tree near railway station, deserted corner when wound, and so that nobody can see him. Sitting under the tree, he was feeling like crying. So after some time, he laughed because what he was shedding were not tears, but that was the syrup of jalebi is what he ate. He enjoyed, he was laughing even when that thought came to his mind. From the jalebis, my thoughts went to the feast, and from feast to Master Ghulam Muhammad's cane, and from his cane I thought of God. I closed my eyes. I began to pray. Allah Mia, I am a very good boy. I have memorized the entire namaz. I even know the last 10 sutras of the Quran by heart. If you wish, I can recite the entire Ayat al Kursi for you just now. The need of your devoted servant is only the fees money that I ate the jalebis with. So, so all right, I admit I made a mistake. I didn't eat them all by myself, though I fed them to a whole lot of children too. But yes, it was a mistake. If I would know that scholarship money would be given next month, I would neither have eaten them nor fed them to the others. So he was started. First, he remembered his master and his cane and the punishment what he would be giving. So he closed his eyes and started praying to God. So he called Allah Mia, and I'm a good boy. I know namaz 10 sutras, holy scripts of Quran, and then I can recite that now. But what I all want is I want that 4 rupees to pay the school fees as I spent that money to eat my jalebis. So please, I know, I admit that what I did is a wrong, it's a mistake. But it's not me, not I alone ate. I distributed that to all the children. Yes, I spent that money that so that I thought of getting the scholarship money, but that's a mistake. If I known that the scholarship money would be coming the next month, I would neither have bought the jalebis nor I ate them nor I distributed them to others. So please excuse me. That's what he started telling to God. We will see God listened or not. Now, you do one thing. Just put 4 rupees in my bag. If there is a paisa more than 4 rupees, I will be very displeased with you. I promise if I ever eat sweets with my fees money again, then let the thief's punishment be my punishment. So, Alamia, just this once, help me out. There is no shortage of anything in your treasury. Treasury. Even our chaprasi takes a whole lot of money home every month. And Allaji, after all, I am the nephew of a big officer. Won't you give me just 4 rupees? After the prayer, I offered namaz, recited 10 sutras, ayatal, kursi, and kame, tayab. In fact, everything that I remember. So he knelt down there and he started praying Allah, telling that just give me 4 rupees, and if you give me 1 rupee also, I will be very much disappointed. I will be, I don't want, I will be displeased with you. And so Alamia, just one time help me, give me money. If next time if I eat jalebis with my money, you can give me punishment. But now the punishment what you give to a thief. But now help me out. There is no shortage of anything in your treasury, in your wealth. You can give me just 4 rupees, no problem. Even our chaprasi takes a whole lot of money home every month. And Allaji, all I want is just 4 rupees. And you know, I'm the nephew of a big officer. Won't you give me just 4 rupees, please? So he started requesting Allah, and he did. He said the prayers, all the prayers, what all he knew. So recited 10 sutras, Ayat al Kursi, and Almei Tayyab, In fact, everything that he remembered, he recited so that God would give him that 4 rupees to him. So, did really God give? Do you think God really would give the money when you pray like that? We will see now. Then I blew out my bag again too. After saying Bismillah, I realized that what they said was only too true. No one can erase what fate was decreed. Forgot 4 rupees. There wasn't even, forget 4 rupees. There wasn't even 4 paisa also in my bag. Just a few textbooks and notebooks, one pencil, one sharpener, one ID card. My mamu had sent me last ID. So he prayed and then he opened the bag and he searched for 4 rupees. There is, leave 4 rupees, there are not even 4 paisa also in that bag. Only textbooks and notebooks and pencil and sharpener and one ID card which his mamu had given him. Apart that, nothing is there in his bag. God did not give him that 4 rupees. I felt like crying as loudly as I could. But then I remembered that school must have ended and all the children must be on their way home. Tired and defeated, I got up from there and walked to the bazaar and waited for the school bell to ring so that when children come out, I too would walk home with them as if I had come straight from school. See, he sitting there, he cried a lot. And then all of a sudden, he remembered that it was time for him to go home and the school bell would be given. So immediately, he took his bag and started moving towards the school, defeated. Now the bell would be given and all the children would come out, and he wanted to go along with the children so that in his house, nobody would get any doubt that he did not go to school. So he planned very well. And that was the first time what he was doing. So he was really afraid of all that. I did not even realize that I was standing near Jalebi Wala's shop. Suddenly, the halwai called me. Kyun bhai, shall I weigh a rupee's worth? Don't want jalebis today. So he asked. Yesterday he bought 4 rupees now. So seeing him, he was there standing. Accidentally, he was standing just beside that shop only. And that shopman asked him, do you want 1 rupee jalebis again? I felt like saying, I won't eat your jalebis today, but I'm sure like to roast your liver and eat that instead. But I wasn't feeling too well that day. So I simply moved away. He wanted to tell that, but he did not tell anything. I don't want to eat. I just want to roast your liver and eat that. But he did not say anything. The frustration is there in him, and that way he was very upset because he could not get that money. And what he did is a mistake, and he was feeling very sad for whatever he had done. And he expected that God would help him, but today God also did not help him. So the next day, I did the same thing. I got dressed and left home, went up to the school gate, and then turned off to the railway station. Under the same tree, I sat and began to say the same prayers. I repeatedly pleaded, Allah Mia, at last, give it to me today. Today is the second day. So second day, today is second day. Allah Mia, please give me. So from there he went home, and next day again he came to school, and from school gate again he went to railway station, and at the same place he sat and started requesting God, Allah Mia, please, today is second day. Give me my 4 rupees. Please. He requested Allah Mia. Then I said, all right, come, let's play a game. I will go from here to that signal. You secretly put 4 rupees under this big rock. I will touch the signal and come back. What fun it would be if I pick up the rock and find 4 rupees underneath. So, are you ready? I am going towards the signal. 1, 2, 3. So he started playing with God. He told, all right, let us play a game. I will go to that signal and I will come back. When I come back, you secretly put that 4 rupees under this rock, and it will be so much fun. When I open that rock, I can see that 4 rupees. So, will you do that? Are you ready? Shall I go? He started talking to God. I went up to the signal and returned smiling, but I could not find the courage to pick up the rock. what if the coins were not there? But then I thought, what if it were there? So he came back and he was looking at that stone and he wanted to pick up that and see whether coins are there. But again, he was afraid. What if there were no coins? He was afraid to open the rock and turn the rock and see that. Again, he got it out. What if the coins are there? Then all the problem will be solved. He will be very happy. So finally, after saying Bismillah, when I lifted up the rock, this big hairy worm got up and curling and twisting and whirling towards me. I screamed and ran away and once again touched the signal. Then, crawling on my hands and knees, I reached the tree. So, when he opened the rock, he saw a small insect there, curling and twisting and whirling towards him. He was afraid and he ran again to that signal and touched that and slowly moved, crawling on his knees. He came back to the same tree and same place. I tried my best not to let my eyes stray towards the rock, but as I picked up my bag and was about to leave, I had to look once again at the rock. And do you know what I saw there? I saw Mr. Worm coiled on it comfortably, staring at me. So, last minute when he was going, he turned back and he started looking at the rock. He tried his best not to let his eyes stray down the rock, but he looked, and what he saw that worm coiled on it comfortably and looking at this boy. I walked away thinking tomorrow will be Wazoo, wear clean clothes and come here. From morning to noon, I will keep reading the namaz. If even after that Allah doesn't give me 4 rupees, I will be forced to learn how to strike bargains or make deals with him. So, what is it he wanted to do? Next day, it is Wazu. Wazu means ablution, washing the face and feet, and then they will do all the prayer. Before prayer, they will wash, no? So that I will do Wazu and wear clean clothes, and I will start telling all the prayers. And I keep reading the namaz. And even then, also, if I won't get the money, so I should learn how to strike bargains or deals with him, with God. Him is written in capital letter, which means he's talking about God. So he thought like that. And then, after all, in if my Allah does not give me my 4 rupees, then who will? That day, when I returned home, apparently from school and actually from the railway station, I was caught. The report of my absence had reached home. It's useless to relate what happened after that. So when he was thinking, if not Allah, who will help me? Who will give me these 4 rupees? So he was thinking like that and he went home. And when he reached, he came to know that he was not going to school for 2 days. The matter was revealed to his home. And he told her, and he was telling that it's useless to relate what happened after that. It's waste of telling. Because we can easily guess the way the parents will be reacting and the elders will be reacting. We can easily know that. Right? Well, whatever happened, happened. But up to the 7th or 8th standard, I kept wondering if Allah Mia had sent me 4 rupees that day, what harm could it have possibly caused anyone? So I asked that day Allah Mia to give me 4 rupees and he did not give me. So till 7th class and even 8th standard also, he was thinking about that instant. What would have happened if Allah Mia had given me 4 rupees as I asked? He was thinking. It was only later that I came to the conclusion that if Allah Mia were to provide all for the asking, then man would ever today be living in nests like vultures and crows and would not have learned the art of making jalebis. So, if Allah Mia start giving everything, whatever we ask, then we would be living in the same way as uh, previous man who the way there was no development at all and the man would not even have learned how to make jalebis. Okay, living in nests like vultures and crows, not even living in a house. So that's what we used to live. We used to be leading our life, and we would have never learned how to make jalebis. So only with struggle you will learn everything. So before you ask God, God, please give me that. Remember one thing: God has given you that problem to learn something in your life. So stop depending. And God knew that even if He helps you, that will not help you, that will not make you to become a better person. So what is needed is trusting Him and doing your work confidently, and never do any mistakes. When you know that it is a mistake, you should stop doing that, and don't analyze like this small young boy that 4 rupees I will eat jalebis, and when school scholarship comes, I can pay the fees. So whatever is correct, you have to do that. Don't get tempted to so many other things which you are getting tempted nowadays, right? So stop doing that. Be good children and attend online classes regularly. Okay? All the best, children. Thank you. Complete the questions.